The story begins by explaining that the martial world is filled with countless powerful cultivators. To determine who is truly the strongest, a heavenly ranking list was created. Anyone whose name appears on this list is considered an absolute powerhouse. These cultivators possess unimaginable strength. They can split the heavens with their bare hands and cross vast lands with a single leap. The person ranked number 1 on the heavenly list is said to possess power equal to that of a god. Even among the heavens, no one dares challenge them. The scene then shifts to a man standing atop a mountain. Several people approach him and say, "It's finally about to begin." The man standing before them is body cultivator Lin Yan, who has arrived to undergo the heavenly tribulation. Looking up at the sky, Lin Yan says, "Finally, it's starting. I've been standing here for so long that I was getting bored." A massive heavenly sword descends from the sky. The spectators exclaim, "That's the heavenly sword. It only appears before those whom even the gods acknowledge. Lord Lin Yan is actually going to fight it." Lin Yan casually raises 2 fingers and shatters the heavenly sword with a single motion. Everyone was left speechless. How is that even possible? Lord Lin Yan destroyed the heavenly sword with just 2 fingers. Lin Yan smiles. That sword was far too weak. Does heaven have nothing better? Or has heaven itself become weak? His arrogance enrages the gods. 3 divine beings descend before him. "You're nothing more than a body cultivator. How dare you challenge the heavens?" Lin Yan replies calmly, "You've talked enough. It's time for all of you to shut up." He casually flicks a small stone toward them. The tiny stone creates a massive explosion the moment it flies forward. Lin Yan declares, "Supreme God, I've already defeated your soldiers. Now it's finally your turn." The Supreme God becomes furious and unleashes countless bolts of heavenly lightning at Lin Yan. The spectators panic. It's the heavenly tribulation. No one has ever survived it. Lin Yan grins. "Let's see whether I can withstand your attack." He launches an overwhelming attack of his own. The collision between their attacks creates an enormous explosion, but moments later, Lin Yan's body begins to fade away. He mutters, "I was only 1 step away." His companions rush toward him. "Lord, what happened to you?" Lin Yan smiles faintly. "I can't carry the burden of this world forever. My old friends, from now on, you'll have to deal with the demons yourselves. Don't let my name be disgraced." One of his friends says sadly, "He lost." Another sighs. Lin Yan was the greatest heavenly cultivator. No cultivator could ever stand against him. Yet even he fell to the heavenly tribulation. The narrator explains, Lin Yan had always held the number 1 position on the heavenly ranking list. Now that he is gone, the rankings are about to change. The scene shifts to the demon realm. The Bone Demon King laughs. "That troublesome Lin Yan is finally dead. Now I can rule all 9 realms." The scene shifted again. The Frost Demon King says, "I've waited 3,000 years for this day. The number 1 position on the heavenly ranking list will finally be mine." In the Demon Palace, the Demon Kings celebrate. "That bastard is finally dead. Now the era of the Demon Clan has begun. As long as he was alive, we couldn't do anything. Now the entire world will belong to us." The scene shifts to the heavenly realm. Lady Kihan sighs. Without Lin Yan, chaos will spread throughout the heavenly world. There will no longer be anyone capable of ruling everyone. The story then moves to Earth. In Kaizhou City, countless cultivators have gathered. A man holding a registration book announces, "The outer disciple recruitment for the Qingyun sect begins tomorrow. Anyone who wishes to participate can register with me tomorrow morning." The cultivators immediately rush forward. "Register me too." Standing among the crowd was Lin Yan. He thinks to himself, 3,000 years have passed, and I've returned to the Qingyun sect once again. I was the founder of this sect. During my prime, it was one of the strongest sects in the world. I commanded millions of followers. No one dared oppose us. After 3,000 years, I wonder who has become the leader of Qingyun sect. Suddenly someone tugs on his sleeve. A little girl looks at him and asks, "Big brother, why are you talking to yourself?" Lin Yan studies her carefully. Interesting. She possesses the yin-yang heavenly body. It's an extremely rare physique for cultivation. I never expected to find such extraordinary talent in the lower world. The little girl suddenly points toward the sky. "Beggar big brother, look, a huge black python is flying toward us." The surrounding cultivators laugh at her. Has she gone crazy? The sky is perfectly clear. Where would a black python come from? Lin Yan narrows his eyes. With her heavenly body, she can sense events before they happen. She can actually foresee the future. Just then, a gigantic black python suddenly appears in the sky. The crowd immediately panics and starts running. The python roars. "There are thousands of martial artists here. Once I absorb all of them, I'll become much stronger." It begins slaughtering cultivators one after another. The python laughs. "Once I drink the blood of a powerful cultivator, I'll evolve into a true dragon." At that moment, several guards from the Qingyuan sect arrive. Han looks at the beast in disbelief. "I can't believe this beast can actually speak the human language. It must have already reached the beast transformation realm," she shouts. "You came here to slaughter innocent people, but today, you're the one who's going to die." The beast sneers. "You can't do anything to me," Han orders. "Everyone, attack now. Otherwise, it'll kill everyone here." However, the python releases a poisonous mist, preventing anyone from getting close. Han grits her teeth. "We can't stop it. Quick, call the sect elders." She immediately sends a distress signal. The python laughs. No matter who comes, I'll kill them all. It blasts Han and the other girls away before launching another attack toward the city. No one here will survive. Every single one of you will die. The little girl nervously asks, Beggar Big Brother, what should we do? Are we all going to die? At that moment, the python suddenly attacks Lin Yan. Lin Yan remains completely calm. A tiny snake like you can't do anything to me. I have no idea how you even managed to get here. With a casual flick of his finger, he launches the enormous python high into the air. The beast screams, Who was that? Who attacked me with such terrifying power? The girls were equally shocked. What just happened? The python stares at Lin Yan in horror. He defeated me with just one finger. If only I were a little stronger. Lin Yan walks over and pulls the demon core out of the python's body. He examines it. This demon core is of exceptional quality. Someone must have deliberately raised this beast. Looks like someone is plotting against the Qingyuan sect and intentionally wants to cause a massacre. The little girl smiles. Beggar Big Brother, can I keep the little python? Lin Yan nods. Sure, it's yours now. Just take good care of it. The little girl happily says, My name is Lin Ji. We're friends now. After everything settles down, several senior disciples of the Qingyuan sect finally arrive. The crowd cheers. Those are the Qingyuan sect's senior disciples. They've finally come to save us. The leader is Shan Yunfei, the grandson of one of the sect's elders. Ten greets him respectfully. A guard quickly reports, Senior brother, the python has already been killed, but no one knows who killed it. The strangest part is that its demon core has disappeared. Shan Yunfei frowns. What do you mean it disappeared? The guard explains, someone must have taken the python's demon core before we arrived. Shan Yunfei turns toward the crowd. You all heard what my guard just said. Tell me who has the demon core. Whoever hands it over now will not be punished. Shan thought to himself that demon core was incredibly valuable. That's the only reason I came here. Otherwise, I'm way too lazy to bother saving these people. Meanwhile, the girls were talking among themselves. The demon core disappeared, but who could have taken it? Han said, Senior brother, we honestly have no idea where the demon core went. Just then, one of Shan's disciples stepped forward. We have the Mirror of Revelation. If we use it, we'll immediately find out who has the demon core. Whoever is hiding it won't be able to escape. As soon as he activated the mirror, a beam of light shot out and pointed directly at Lin Ji. Startled, Lin Ji asked, Big brother beggar, what was that light? Lin Yan calmly replied, Don't worry, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Shan's disciples shouted, Look, the demon core is with that little girl. How dare these beggars steal it? Without saying a word, Lin Yan casually struck the Mirror of Revelation and shattered it into pieces. Shan smirked. Now things are getting interesting. Go bring them to me. His disciples rushed forward. How dare a couple of beggars cause trouble in the Qingyuan sect? We'll teach them a lesson. Lin Yan stepped forward and said coldly, How dare you bully innocent people inside the sect that I founded? With a single attack, he effortlessly defeated all of them. You people have no shame, ganging up on a little girl? I've never seen such a pathetic younger generation. The crowd was stunned. What are we looking at? Is that beggar really this powerful? He defeated Qingyuan sect's senior disciples with ease. Shan slowly stepped forward. So you're only at the body refining realm, yet you managed to defeat 2 disciples of the Qingyuan sect. Impressive. My mood is good today, so I'll spare your life. Hand over the beast core, and I'll only cut off your legs. Remember whose territory you're standing in. You don't get to take my belongings and walk away. If you refuse again, it'll be your legs today, and your head next time. Han hurriedly stepped in. Senior brother Shan, please don't do this. As you can see, they're just beggars. They probably don't even know what a demon core is. Please let them go. Shan sneered. Let them go. Have you lost your mind? That beggar injured 2 disciples of the Qingyuan sect. The fact that I'm not killing him is already an act of mercy. He can leave after losing his legs. Han replied firmly, If you refuse to listen, I'll report everything you've done here to the Saintess. Shan frowned. And who do you think you are to stand in my way? As he spoke, he released his aura. The crowd gasped. His beast soul is the Ice Lion. He's an expert of the profound realm. He's unbelievably powerful. Han thought to herself, his Ice Lion is a C-grade beast soul. I can't even move under this pressure. How am I supposed to fight him? The girls cried out, Senior sister, get back. You'll get hurt. Lin Yan sighed. It's only a 6th grade kitten. What exactly are you so afraid of? Shan glared at him. You again. Today you're going to die. I'll show you the difference between a filthy beggar and a true martial artist. Lin Yan smiled. Is that so? Then go ahead and show me how powerful you are. As soon as he released his soul power, Shan's face turned pale. What is this power? Before Shan could react, Lin Yan appeared in front of him and slapped him across the face. How can someone be this arrogant, with nothing more than a little kitten? He looked at Shan with disappointment. I can't believe the sect produced trash like you. Shan trembled. Who are you? Lin Yan grabbed him by the head and slammed him into the ground. Why does it matter who I am? Terrified, Shan screamed, Please save me. This psychopath is going to kill me. At that moment, a calm voice echoed through the air. Sir, Please spare the child. On behalf of the Qingyuan sect, I sincerely apologize. Lin Yan looked around. So there's still someone here who can use telepathy. It seems the Qingyuan sect isn't filled entirely with trash. He released Shan. Someone has already apologized for you, so I'll spare your life. But if you ever do something like this again, you'll die. And to make sure you can't reveal my identity. With a wave of his hand, Lin Yan erased part of Shan's memory. When Shan got back to his feet, he looked completely confused. What just happened? Why can't I remember anything? A moment later, the Qingyuan sect's saintess arrived. How dare you bully ordinary people? Everyone stared at her. She's so beautiful, Shan exclaimed. Lady Myra, you're here. Myra replied coldly. I don't care if your grandfather is an elder of the inner hall. If I have to, I'll kill you without a second thought. Shan scoffed. Myra, don't think you can do whatever you want just because you've become the sect's saintess. How dare you threaten me? Do you even know who I am? I'm the prodigy, Shan Yunfei. Before he could finish speaking, Myra placed her sword against his throat. I never gave you permission to speak, Han thought. Shan Yunfei is already in the profound realm, yet he can't even withstand senior sister Myra's sword aura. Myra ordered, take Shan back, treat his injuries in the medical hall first, then send him directly to the hall of law enforcement. And no one is allowed to interfere, not even the elders of the inner hall. After that, Myra walked over to Lin Yan. I'm truly sorry. You two suffered because of us. She secretly observed him. So this is the man who beat up our disciples? He doesn't look strong enough to do something like that. Lin Jie smiled. Big brother beggar, that big sister is so pretty. Lin Yan thought, I didn't expect this girl to possess the highest grade spirit body. It's one of the best physiques for cultivation. Even more interesting, her surname is Yi, and she's also the saintess of the Qingyuan sect. Could she be a descendant of my great disciple Ye King? Then Lin Yan said, her beauty doesn't matter. She's seriously injured because of her sword cultivation. At this rate, she'll die soon. Myra's eyes widened. How did he know that? Han immediately stepped forward. Hey beggar, what are you talking about? Senior sister just saved your life, and this is how you repay her. Lin Yan calmly replied, I'm not talking nonsense. Anyone who can't understand what I'm saying is simply ignorant. The Ahen dual sword technique isn't something just anyone can master. If the saintess wants to solve her problem, prepare a VIP room for Lin Ji and me, then come to my room alone at exactly 11 p.m. tonight. Han shouted, what kind of nonsense is that? You're asking our saintess to come to your room alone in the middle of the night? The crowd exploded. How dare this beggar speak to the saintess like that? He deserves a beating. Myra, however, was deep in thought. The 10 dual sword technique was created by my ancestor, Ye King. No outsider should know about it. Who exactly is this man? She finally nodded. I promise. I'll come to your room alone at exactly 11 p.m. tonight. Everyone was left speechless. What is going on here? Lin Yan smiled. Good. Then we have a deal. I'm exhausted, so I'm leaving. Later, Lin Yan and Lin Ji returned to their room and had dinner. Lin Ji suddenly pointed at the snake. Big brother beggar, there's a person inside the snake. Inside the snake, the old master growled. Let me out. Once I'm free, I won't let either of you off. As night fell, Lin Ji drifted off to sleep. Right at 11 p.m., Myra quietly entered the room. Senior, just as I promised, I've come alone. Lin Yan said, it's a good thing you arrived on time. If you had been even a little later, your body would have exploded. Even the gods of heaven wouldn't have been able to save you. Myra was stunned. How does he know about the energy inside my body? She possessed pure yang energy, the most powerful fire-type energy. However, because of its overwhelming power, it constantly damaged her body. Every time she used it, she suffered unbearable pain. Besides her master, no one else should have known about this secret. Myra asked, so you know about the pure yang energy inside my body, but you don't have to worry. My master has already suppressed it. Lin Yan suppressed it. Someone has been fooling you. If you trust your master that much, then try blocking one of my attacks. Confidently, Myra replied, I'll stop it with ease. To block Lin Yan's attack, she was forced to activate her pure yang energy. The moment she did, she collapsed to the ground. What? How did I lose? Myra muttered in disbelief. Walking toward her, Lin Yan said, if your master had any real knowledge, he would have told you that the 10 dead star technique you're cultivating is incomplete. That's exactly why you're getting sick. If you kept practicing it like a mad woman, you'd eventually lose your mind and die young. Myra shook her head. Stop talking nonsense. My master would never lie to me. Lin Yan smiled. Really? Then answer me this. Whose pure yang energy is stronger, mine or your master's? The moment Lin Yan released his aura, Myra was completely shocked. So, this is pure yang energy? How can someone at the body-defying realm possess such terrifying power? Lin Yan calmly replied, I can tell you one thing. Your master isn't qualified to save you, but a beggar like me can cure you with ease. But why should I save you? You're not related to me. However, if the saintess is willing to become my servant, then I might consider helping. Starting tomorrow, you'll take me around the Qingyuan sect. You'll be responsible for my food, clothing, and daily needs, just like a personal maid. Myra frowned. You're asking for too much. I admit I need your help, but I'm also the saintess of a major sect. Lin Yan replied, I respect the Qingyuan sect. Besides, you're not even qualified to become my maid permanently. Countless heavenly masters would have considered it an honor just to serve me. Anyway, I'm only asking for 6 months. After that, you'll be free. Myra fell silent. This guy is completely insane, but everything he said makes sense. Finally, she nodded. Fine, I promise. If you can suppress the pure yang fire energy inside my body, then I'll do whatever you ask. Lin Yan covered her mouth and said, Good, then let's begin. As the treatment started, Myra was astonished. The violent pure yang energy inside her body was rapidly being suppressed. He wasn't lying. Who exactly is this man? Lin Yan, no matter how painful it gets, you have to endure it. A moment later, Myra let out a, embarrassed. There's a little girl here. Could you be a little gentler? Lin Yan glanced at Lin Ji and replied, Don't worry, she won't wake up until morning. Outside the room, Han overheard everything. She wondered, did something happen between the saintess and that beggar? How could the saintess do something like this? A while later, Myra finally fell asleep. Looking at her, Lin Yan thought, if I had arrived any later, this girl would have died. Still, I have to admit she possesses an incredible physique. My friend Ye King, your family has produced a true genius, someone who may even surpass you one day. The next day, Myra brought Lin Yan and Lin Ji to the Qingyuan sect. Many disciples couldn't help staring at Myra. Senior sister looks even more beautiful today. Others, did you guys hear those strange noises last night? They kept us awake. I bet they came from the saintess residence. Lin Yan, Myra, fly with me and show me around the entire sect. Myra replied, Of course, master. Lin Ji, flying sounds fun. I want to come too. Watching them leave together, Han frowned. What's going on? Why is our sect saintess treating a beggar with so much respect? It's almost like he's some peerless master. Soon, they arrived at the entrance of the Qingyuan sect, where countless new cultivators had gathered. The entrance is incredible. If I can even become an outer disciple, that'll be enough for me. Lin Yan turned to Myra. Why don't you let Lin Ji and me stay on the Saintess Peak? That'll make it easier for you to serve me. Han, you're just a filthy beggar. Saintess Peak is where the senior sisters live. You're not allowed to stay there. You don't even have the right to look at that place. And what exactly did you do to senior sister last night? Why is she calling you master today? Lin Yan, what do you think a man and a woman do alone in a room at 11 o'clock at night? You're old enough to figure that out yourself. Han's face instantly turned bright red. Before she could respond, Myra interrupted. I'll arrange a suitable residence for master, so there's no need to discuss this anymore. Right now, I have something more important to do. Turning to the disciples, she ordered, take all the new cultivators to the Qingyuan Hall Square. I can't escort everyone personally. I have important matters to handle. Make sure everyone reports to the examination grounds on time, or they'll miss the entrance exam. As the candidates entered the trial, many of them suddenly came running back out. It's on fire. My pants almost caught fire too. Seeing their miserable state, the remaining candidates grew. This entrance test looks ridiculously difficult. So far, no one has managed to pass it. Nearby, Elder Jiang Ping. These children are hopeless. They can't even withstand the low-grade vermilion bird's red flame, or the white tiger's killing aura. How are they supposed to grow stronger? Lin Yan sighed. With disciples this pathetic, how is the sect supposed to have a future? Jiang Ping frowned. The saintess is standing right there. Another elder. Who is that beggar? Why is the saintess fanning him? The surrounding disciples were equally confused. Who is this beggar? Why is our saintess serving him? Just looking at this makes me angry. Han thought to herself, this idiot has offended way too many people without even realizing it. He's definitely going to get beaten up. Lin Yan looked at everyone and asked, why are all of you so cowed? That young lady is over 3,000 years younger than me. It's only natural for younger people to take care of their elders. What's wrong with that? At that moment, 3 young men stepped forward. Stop talking nonsense. Our senior sister Myra is the saintess of the Qingyuan sect. The 3 of us are elite inner disciples. We only came here today because of senior sister Myra, the leader Yun Lang. But how dare you treat senior sister Myra like your servant? Don't you value your life? Even Elder Jiang Ping was surprised. Those are elite inner disciples. Why are they here? The crowd quickly realized what was happening. They're inner disciples. They were personally accepted by the sect masters without even taking the entrance examination. Han thought, all 3 of them are incredibly talented disciples. That beggar has been acting so arrogantly. Let's see what he can actually do. Lin Yan said, I have to admit, these 3 youngsters are quite capable. They managed to break the formation. The 3 disciples smiled proudly. Thank you for the compliment. Yun Lang stepped forward and said, the saintess is treating you with great respect. To deserve treatment like that, you need real strength. Why don't you come with us and show everyone how powerful you really are? The crowd cheered. We were getting bored just watching this beggar. Now things are finally about to get interesting. Lin Yan smiled. So you want me to break the formation, but even children can pass this formation. It's nothing special. Lita frowned. What do you mean by that? Are you mocking our sect's grand formation? You're just a beggar. How dare you say it's nothing? Before things escalated, Chen Feng raised his hand. If he's speaking so confidently, then he must have some ability. No one talks like that without confidence. Why don't you prove just how capable you are? Yunlong nodded. I'd like to see how powerful this arrogant beggar really is. Lin Yan lazily replied, someone as strong as me having to break such a pathetic formation? What a complete joke. Then he turns to Myra and says, and Myra, what are you just standing there for? You're my servant, aren't you? Can't you see my glass is empty? Myra replied, yes, master. Inside, however, she was furious. How dare this beggar openly call me his servant in front of everyone? I'm so angry. She then asked respectfully, master, can you really break this formation? Lin Yan sighed. What has the world come to? Even my own servant doesn't believe me. Myra quickly shook her head. No, that's not what I meant. I'm just curious to witness your abilities. She thought to herself, this is a 5th grade formation. It's extremely difficult for any ordinary person to break. Lin Yan took another sip of his drink. If you want to see my strength, I'll show you. The crowd became excited. After all that acting, he's finally going to do something. Instead, Lin Yan called over Lin Ji. Lin Ji, come here. He quietly explained exactly how to break the formation. Lin Ji nodded confidently. Okay, big brother, I'll break it easily. Lin Yan smiled. Go have some fun. Everyone was speechless. Have fun. Does this beggar think this is some kind of game? He's actually sending a little girl to break the formation? Has he completely lost his mind? Even Myra was confused. Master, you sent Lin Jie into the formation, but she's not even a cultivator. Can she really break it? Lin Yan calmly replied. If Lin Jie were a cultivator, she wouldn't be an ordinary one. She'd be an extremely powerful cultivator. Lita muttered. He actually sent a little girl into the formation. I can't imagine what's about to happen. Yun Lang sneered. What else could happen? That beggar is about to embarrass himself in front of everyone. Meanwhile, Lin Jie confidently walked toward the formation. So this is the place Big Brother was talking about. The moment she stepped inside, the formation activated and a massive amount of energy erupted. So this is the formation Big Brother mentioned. It's actually pretty amazing. Following Lin Yan's instructions exactly, she murmured, first 3 steps forward, then 4 more, and finally 2 steps. At that moment, a giant beast appeared. The crowd shouted, it has started. One of the 4 divine beasts, Jihuanwu, has appeared. Myra became worried. Master, Jihuanwu has appeared. I know it's very slow, but Lin Jie isn't even a cultivator. She can't possibly defeat it. Lin Yan simply smiled. Just watch and enjoy the show. The beast charged toward Lin Jie. Following Lin Yan's instructions perfectly, she effortlessly dodged every attack. She quietly said, Big Brother told me to close my eyes and count to 5. Everything will be fine. Yun Lang was stunned. She actually closed her eyes. I can't believe she's surviving this entire formation so easily. Lita couldn't believe what he was seeing. How is this possible? We trained so hard just to pass this formation, yet this little girl is clearing it with ease. Chen Feng was equally shocked. We had to use almost all our strength just to survive this formation. What in the world is happening? Myra quickly realized the reason. I see, Junwoo's attacks are long-range and incredibly slow. That's why Lin Ji can dodge them so easily. But then she suddenly cried out, Lin Ji, what are you doing? Why are you walking towards Xuanu? As Lin Ji approached, the terrifying Xuanu suddenly transformed into a tiny turtle. Lin Ji happily picked it up. Aw, you're so cute. Let me pet you. Everyone watching froze in disbelief. Did that little girl just pick up the great Xuanu like a pet? How is someone passing such a terrifying trial this easily? After clearing the 2nd level, Lin Ji obtained a tiny bird. It's so adorable. On the 3rd level, the white tiger transformed into a little white cat. So cute. On the 4th level, the azure dragon transformed into a tiny snake with 4 little legs. Aw, you're a snake, but why do you have legs? You're still super cute. Just like that, Lin Ji cleared the entire formation. She happily ran back. Big brother, look, I got 4 adorable little pets. Yunlong, Lita, and Chen Feng stood there completely speechless. None of them could understand what had just happened. Everyone stared at Lin Ji in shock. She actually did it. But how? Lin Jie excitedly asked. Big brother, I have so many cute little pets now. Can I keep them? Lin Yan smiled. Of course, take good care of them. He then looked at the formation and said, this formation uses the core of a 5th grade beast to maintain its power, but it has far too many flaws. Even a child can clear it, so it's completely worthless as a trial. Lita shouted angrily, how dare you say something like that? Chen Feng added, this formation has been used by our sect for over 4,000 years. How can you call it worthless? Yunlong sighed. After watching that little girl pass it so easily, I don't think we have anything left to argue about. Myra respectfully asked, Master, if this formation is really that weak, could you create a better one for the Qingyun sect? Lin Yan nodded. That's not a bad idea. But for now, focus on your own responsibilities. Myra replied, I already am. Since you're so powerful, creating a top-tier formation should be easy for you. Lin Yan smirked. Flattery won't get you anywhere, but if you serve me well, I'll create an exceptional formation for your sect. Smiling, Myra replied, then it's a deal, master. Inside, however, she was grinding her teeth. This shameless man is such a jerk. He makes me so angry. Lin Yan thought to himself. I never imagined the Qingyan sect was still using this old formation. It's just a simple trap I created thousands of years ago to catch birds. Using it as an entrance examination is completely ridiculous. He then looked at everyone and said, I've already proven everything I claimed, so why are you all still standing there? Do you want me to prove something else? Yunlong sighed inwardly. What else can we even say? We struggled so much just to pass this formation, yet a little girl who isn't even a cultivator cleared it effortlessly. Chen Feng also regretted provoking Lin Yan. We picked a fight with the wrong person. Because of him, we've completely embarrassed ourselves today. Lita said, I'm sure this kid cheated. There's no way she could have done that without using some kind of trick. Lin Yan replied, among all the candidates taking the test, there wasn't a single truly talented one. There was only one trash disciple, weak, yet incredibly arrogant, and honestly, I find him very unpleasant. Hearing that, Lita immediately realized Lin Yan was talking about him, and his expression stiffened with fear. As Lin Yan walked away, he said, I'm going to take a look around the sect. My dear servant, make sure you take good care of Lin Ji. Myra hurriedly stopped him. Master, please don't wander around by yourself. The Qingyan sect has many forbidden areas where ordinary people aren't allowed to enter. Lin Yan smiled. Don't worry, I know the Qingyan sect better than you do. I watched every building here being constructed with my own eyes. Myra was left speechless. What exactly does he mean by that? Soon, Lin Yan arrived at a mountain peak. Let's see which place is best for taking a nap. He flew to another peak. The moment he landed, he noticed several jars of fine wine. Now this is more like it. This looks like a perfect place to relax. He opened one of the wine jars. Let's see how it tastes. Just as he was about to drink it, an old master suddenly appeared. Brat, how dare you steal my wine? Put it down immediately. Lin Yan casually replied. And what if I don't? The old master's face darkened. If you dare drink even a drop, I'll kill you. He reached out to snatch the wine jar away, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't move it. The old master was shocked. Who is this young man? How is he this strong? He asked. Tell me, which peak do you belong to? Lin Yan shrugged. Why does it matter where I come from? Actually, I think I'll stay on Jianxuan Peak from now on. Just so you know, I'll be coming here often. The old master gritted his teeth. You shameless brat. You barged onto my peak without permission, started drinking my wine, and now you're acting arrogantly in front of me. Looks like I need to teach you a lesson. He immediately launched an attack. Lin Yan simply stepped aside and sat down. Your attitude is terrible. You're too slow. Honestly, you should be grateful that I'm even willing to drink this mediocre wine. The old master's face turned red with anger. You dare call my wine mediocre? Today I'll bury you right here. Lin Yan took one sip before frowning. I don't like it. He casually threw the wine jar at the old master. The impact sent the old man flying backward, and blood immediately spilled from his mouth. Looking closely at him, Lin Yan thought, this old man isn't weak. His body is covered in old injuries, preventing him from using his full strength. Otherwise, he'd actually be quite powerful. Lin Yan sniffed the air. There's an even better wine inside. I should go take a look. He walked into the temple. The old master shouted, Young man, don't go inside. Lin Yan ignored him. I'm going in, and without my permission, you're not allowed to enter. As he walked deeper inside, Lin Yan's eyes lit up. This is top-quality wine. This should be worth tasting. He couldn't help but admire it. This old man is quite talented. He managed to brew wine of such incredible quality. Even in the upper realm, not everyone has wine this good. However, the moment he opened the wine container, he froze. Instead of wine, a sleeping demon girl was curled up inside. Lin Yan recognized her immediately. Isn't she the demon girl imprisoned inside the Hall of Demons? It seems she's been escaping occasionally by taking advantage of weaknesses in the seal. The demon girl slowly opened her eyes. Who are you? Her expression changed instantly. I've been discovered. I need to run. She immediately fled. Lin Yan smiled. Running is pointless. If I don't catch you today, I'll catch you sooner or later. Looking back at the wine, he sighed. This was excellent wine, but that demon girl has been sleeping inside it for years, absorbing all of its spiritual essence. There's no enjoyment left in drinking it now. He smiled coldly. I'll definitely punish her for ruining my wine. Outside, the old master looked heartbroken. It took me 49 years to brew that wine. What happened today? Lin Yan walked back out. Relax, I didn't drink your wine. It's still inside. The old master sighed in relief. That's wonderful. At least my wine is still safe. He looked at Lin Yan curiously. Young man, who exactly are you? Lin Yan frowned. How dare you question me? I'm the one asking the questions here. The old master immediately became nervous. Go ahead, ask whatever you want. Lin Yan asked. Besides you, does anyone else live on Jianxuan Peak? The old master shook his head. No, this peak has been deserted for nearly 2,000 years. Lin Yan asked again. Do you know anything about the forbidden area on Jianxuan Peak? The old man looked confused. What are you talking about? There isn't any forbidden area here. I've lived here for almost 100 years. If such a place existed, I would know about it. There's only an old pagoda, nothing else. Lin Yan nodded. I understand now. You don't know anything." With that, he turned and left. The old master watched him disappear. Who was that young man? Why does he seem so familiar? I feel like I've met him somewhere before. The scene shifted to the Lord of the Profound Heaven Palace. Lin Yan muttered, "It seems the old man was telling the truth. No one has come here for the last 2,000 years. He finally understood how the demon girl had escaped. No one maintained the barrier, allowing the demon prisoners to slowly find a way out. He stopped in front of an ancient wall. This should be the place. With a single kick, he shattered the hidden space and revealed a massive sealed gate beneath it. After opening the gate, he stepped inside. The underground prison was filled with skeletons. One skeleton had left behind a message. 2,000 years have passed, and no one from the Qingyuan sect ever came to see us. We were imprisoned, tortured, and treated like slaves. We could have endured the imprisonment, but after 2,000 years without speaking to another soul, we could no longer bear the loneliness. Hunger slowly consumed us until we starved to death." Lin Yan sighed. This used to be one of the most ruthless commanders in history. Yet after 2,000 years, even he died of starvation. Even one of the greatest pirate kings, whose name once terrified the seas, died here from hunger. Looking around at the countless skeletons, he murmured, "Every skeleton here once belonged to an incredibly powerful demon. But because no one came here for 2,000 years, they all eventually starved to death." Suddenly, a woman's voice echoed through the prison. 26 years have passed, and you never came back. You didn't forget about me, did you? You sweet-talked me into coming here, sealed me inside this prison, and then disappeared forever. I never minded being imprisoned, but couldn't you have visited me at least once?" Deep inside the prison, the demon girl Yu slowly opened her eyes. There's almost no spiritual energy left outside anymore, and no one has visited this prison for years. The barrier has weakened so much that I have to sneak outside from time to time just to absorb enough spiritual energy to survive. But even outside, there's barely any spiritual energy left. If this continues, I'll eventually starve to death just like everyone else. She clenched her fists angrily. If you were going to leave, why seal all of us in here? And if you insisted on sealing us, why didn't you at least leave us enough food to survive? Everyone here has already died of starvation. Suddenly, her expression brightened. Someone's here. It looks like a disciple from the Qingyuan sect accidentally wandered into the prison. Using her spiritual power, Yu began pulling Lin Yan toward her. Lin Yan calmly said, "Before I died, I personally sealed this place. So much time has passed that no one even remembers what this place is anymore. But I can tell you one thing, if the demon girl ever escapes, there's no one left in the outside world who can stop her." Yu thought to herself, "My plan worked. This boy is coming closer. I've been staying in this child form to conserve my energy, but it looks like I'll have to transform." As she transformed into her adult form, she thought, "Lin Yan, this is all your fault. You imprisoned me here 2,800 years ago and disappeared without a word. But even then, I was never truly angry with you because I really liked you." Smiling seductively, Yu asked, "Handsome, did you come here to rescue me?" Lin Yan rolled his eyes. "Stop talking nonsense. Why did you absorb all the spiritual essence from that wine? I finally found something worth drinking, and thanks to you, it was completely ruined." Yu blinked innocently. "Did I steal your wine? If you set me free, I'll do anything you ask." Lin Yan shook his head. "I'm not falling for such an old trick. It's been over 2,000 years since we last met. Looks like you've grown up quite a bit." Yu frowned. "What do you mean, since we last met? Who are you? Have we met before? Judging by your clothes, you look like a disciple of the Qingyuan sect." Lin Yan replied, "You're from the succubus clan, yet you still can't recognize me? Feel my aura carefully and tell me who I am." Yu closed her eyes for a moment. "Wait, I know this aura. This aura, it belongs to Lin Yan, but something feels different." Suddenly, she became furious. "Who are you? Are you Lin Yan's descendant? Tell me who your mother is. I'll kill her. How dare she steal Lin Yan from me? For over 2,000 years, Lin Yan never came to see me. Now I finally understand why. Some woman must have stolen him away. I bet your mother deliberately sent you here just to show off that she stole Lin Yan. Without his permission, no one could have entered this place." Lin Yan stood there speechless. "When did I ever get married? And when did I suddenly have a son?" Yu crossed her arms. "So you're really that heartless. You even have a son now, yet you still left me trapped here, and now you've even sent your own son to humiliate me." Lin Yan sighed. "You're imagining way too many things." He flicked her forehead. Yu pouted. "Your father bullied me, and now you're bullying me too. I'm so angry I want to kill you." Lin Yan looked at her helplessly. "How have you still not realized that I am Lin Yan?" Yu immediately denied it. "Stop lying. You look a lot like your father, but there are still plenty of differences. Besides, your father remained at the body-refining realm his entire life. His talent was extraordinary, but he never advanced any further, and you don't even have a cultivation foundation." "Wait, did you just say you're Lin Yan? Did you come here to finish what your father couldn't?" Lin Yan sighed. "After living for over 2,000 years, have you completely lost your mind, or are you just pretending?" He pulled her over with a wave of his hand, instantly canceling her adult transformation. "There's no point staying in your adult form. Your succubus charm technique has never worked on me, and you know that better than anyone." Yu gasped. "How did you cancel my transformation?" Lin Yan pinched her cheeks. You look much better as a little girl. There's no need to force yourself into an adult form. Don't you remember what happened the last time you used that transformation? I slapped you so hard your buff stayed swollen for an entire month. And when I forgot to reinforce one of the seals, you escaped. Then you secretly tried to drug my water so you could charm me, but you got caught. Later, after I let you go, you returned to the demon clan. They accused you of being a traitor and almost killed you. I was the one who saved your life. Now tell me, who do you think I am? Tears welled up in Yu Yu's eyes. That horrible man who abandoned me and never came back. Lin Yan turned away. What else could I have done? I was already dead. Yu Yu grabbed his sleeve tightly. You're not leaving again. If you don't take me out of here, I'm never letting you go. It's been 2,800 years. Do you have any idea what I've been through? I've lived here all alone. I watched countless people starve to death right in front of me. For 2,800 years, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I was completely alone. I didn't even have food. I was about to starve to death too. Lin Yan gently placed his hand on her head. Listen to me. You know how obsessed I used to be with martial arts. Eventually, no one in the entire cultivation world could challenge me anymore, so I ascended to the upper realm. I even reached rank 1 on the heavenly list. There wasn't a single person in heaven who could defeat me. Yu Yu looked at him in confusion. If you've been fighting all these years, why has your appearance changed? Lin Yan answered calmly, because I already died once. It's a long story, but somehow I was reborn back into the cultivation world. Rebuilding this body wasn't easy, but at least I'm alive. Yu Yu's eyes widened in shock. You died once? She immediately became worried. And who was the bastard that killed you? I won't let him get away with it. I'll kill him myself. Lin Yan smiled faintly. The person who killed me is unimaginably powerful. Other than me, no one in this world can fight him. You're still just a little girl, so stop talking about killing people. Yu Yu pouted. I'm not a little girl anymore. I've been imprisoned here for over 2,000 years. Maybe I'll always be a child in your eyes, but to everyone else, I'm already an old monster. Lin Yan asked, do you want to leave this place? Yu Yu nodded repeatedly. Of course, I'm trapped here for so long that I can barely breathe anymore. Please, take me with you. Lin Yan explained. I only sealed you here because I had to leave. Your charm is simply too powerful. No ordinary cultivator could resist it, and it would have caused endless conflicts. But now that I've returned, there won't be any problems anymore. Deep inside, Lin Yan blamed himself. I made a terrible mistake. I left this innocent little girl imprisoned here for over 2,000 years. He finally said, I have 3 conditions. First, you are not allowed to transform into your adult form. Second, you can't stay more than 5 steps away from me. And third, don't act like an adult. You're still just a little girl. Yu Yu smiled brightly. Those conditions are easy. I knew you liked me too much to be truly harsh. Lin Yan sighed. You're little, but not little enough to climb all over me. Yu Yu immediately jumped onto his back. I spent over 2,000 years alone because you abandoned me. This time, you're not getting away. I'm sticking to you wherever you go. Come on, let's go find something to eat. The scene then shifted to the disciple examination. Everyone stared at Lin Ji in disbelief as she placed her hand on the testing monument. 2 different colors lit up at the same time. The crowd gasped. 2 attributes. Those colors represent holy grade spirit roots. This is unbelievable. Even Myra was stunned. Could Lin Ji possess the legendary twin spirit body? A physique this rare hasn't appeared in over 1,000 years. She possesses both ice and fire attributes and can cultivate them simultaneously. Lin Ji tilted her head in confusion. Why is this monument glowing? Lita exclaimed. Don't tell me, this little girl has a heavenly grade talent. Chen Fong sighed bitterly. We made a huge mistake. We actually insulted her, even though we're not remotely qualified to judge someone like her. Just then, an elder suddenly appeared. I want this child. Everyone gasped. Great elder Zhao Cheng laughed happily. What a pleasant surprise. This recruitment has produced an incredible treasure. This little girl possesses an extremely rare physique. Once she begins cultivating, her future achievements will be limitless. Just as he was about to claim Lin Ji as his disciple, the other 3 elders stepped forward. Old Zhao, we're not handing such an extraordinary disciple over to you. Zhao Cheng muttered, so all 3 of you showed up too. Just then, the leaders of the major sects arrived. Elder Lu Shen from the Holy Woman clan stepped forward and said, this is wonderful. Since she's a girl, she should join our Holy Woman clan. That would be the best place for her. The master of the Sky-Splitting clan immediately objected. You already have plenty of outstanding disciples. This girl should join our sect instead. The master of the Mystic Pavilion added, our sect possesses the finest cultivation techniques and knowledge. We can help this child reach her full potential, so she should become our disciple. The great elder interrupted them. Have you all forgotten the rule of first come, first served? I arrived here before everyone else, so this child should become my disciple. The other elders immediately disagreed. Lu Shen said, you're not even the sect master, yet you're trying to steal a disciple from us. Another elder added, they're right, you don't have enough cultivation resources. If she becomes your disciple, she'll never reach her true potential. The Mystic Pavilion master nodded. Exactly, Stop arguing and hand the girl over to us. She'll accomplish nothing under your guidance. The great elder became furious. So this is how it is. You're all a bunch of shameless bastards. You're the ones who convinced me not to become the sect master, saying it was too troublesome. Now I finally understand. You stopped me because you wanted to steal talented disciples for yourselves. At that moment, another elder stepped forward and said, "There's no point arguing anymore. This child will become my disciple." Everyone looked toward the newcomer in confusion. Who is that old man? He just showed up at the last second. Someone quickly covered the speaker's mouth. Keep your voice down. That's the supreme elder of King's One sect. The great elder sighed helplessly. Well, that's unfortunate. None of us are getting this child now. Lu Shen nodded. Yeah, that's truly disappointing. Zhu Tong frowned. Wasn't the supreme elder in closed-door cultivation? When did he come out? The supreme elder Tai Kang looked at Lin Ji with satisfaction. I never expected that after ending my secluded cultivation, I'd immediately find such an extraordinary disciple. In the future, this child may even surpass me. All the elders respectfully bowed to him. Tai Kang smiled. You've all worked hard. I know I arrived late and stole your disciple. If anyone has an objection, feel free to speak up. The great elder hurriedly shook his head. Supreme elder, everyone knows that under your guidance this child will grow far more than she ever could under us. How could any of us possibly object? Although he smiled outwardly, he secretly thought, I may have lost the girl, but at least those other 3 masters won't get her either. The other elders quickly agreed. The supreme elder is the most suitable master for her. Tai Kang nodded. Very well, then I'll go meet my new disciple. Myra immediately bowed. Greetings, supreme elder. Tai Kang smiled. Myra, there's no need to be so formal. Meanwhile, Yun Lang's face darkened. How is this possible? A little beggar girl actually attracted the supreme elder's attention. She'll become his disciple simply because of her special spiritual roots. Until now, I was the most talented disciple here, but from this moment on, no one will pay attention to me anymore. Tai Kang walked up to Lin Ji. Little girl, I'm the supreme elder of Qingyuan sect. I've come here to accept you as my disciple. Lin Ji immediately shook her head. I'm sorry, but you can't become my master. Big brother already promised that he'll be my master. I won't acknowledge anyone else. Tai Kang blinked in confusion. Big brother? Who is this big brother? He turned toward Myra. Myra, tell me, who is she talking about? Before Myra could answer, Yun Lang stepped forward. I know exactly who she's talking about. Tai Kang looked at him. Then speak. Yun Lang sneered. He's just an arrogant beggar. As far as I can tell, he doesn't have even the slightest bit of cultivation. I don't even know how he got into the sect. I challenged him to prove himself, but all he did was make excuses. Even Saintess Myra has been serving him like a servant. I even suspect that Saintess Myra has betrayed the sect and secretly made a deal with that beggar. Tai Kang's expression immediately darkened. What exactly has been happening while I was in seclusion? He looked directly at Myra. Tell me the truth. Is what he's saying real? Are you actually serving a beggar? Myra nodded. Yes, master. It's true, but it's not what you think. Tai Kang's face filled with anger. It doesn't matter what I think. A man with no cultivation probably fooled you with a few empty words, and despite being the saintess, you chose to serve him? Have you completely lost your mind? I don't know what relationship you have with that man, but because of him, the reputation of Qingyuan sect has been dragged through the mud, and the one responsible for that disgrace is you. That man cannot stay here any longer. He will be expelled from the sect. At that moment, Lin Yan walked over calmly. Oh, I'd like to know, who's trying to throw me out? Myra's face immediately lit up. Master, you're finally back. Lin Ji happily ran toward him. Big brother, I've been waiting for you. Yun Lang smiled coldly. Perfect timing. Now he's definitely done for. He pointed at Lin Yan. Supreme Elder, this is the arrogant beggar I was talking about. Tai Kang narrowed his eyes. So, you're the one. Before anyone could say another word, Lin Ji ran straight into Lin Yan's arms. Yu Yu looked at Lin Ji with surprise. So this is the girl you were talking about. She really does have the twin Dao body. Lin Yan nodded. That's right. She's the disciple I'm planning to take. Yu Yu smiled. You've found yourself an incredible disciple. Lin Ji looked at Yu Yu curiously. Big sister is so cute. She looks about the same age as me. Yu Yu blinked. Did she just call me big sister? Lin Ji shook her head. No, you're not big sister. You're little sister. You're so adorable. Since you're also big brother's disciple, that makes you my junior sister. Yu Yu froze in disbelief. Did this tiny little girl just call me her little sister? She puffed out her cheeks. Let me tell you something. I'm over 2,000 years older than you. Just then, Lin Yan coughed lightly. Remember the conditions. Yu Yu immediately lowered her head. Right, sorry. Watching the two of them, Myra thought, it feels like Master and this little girl have known each other for a very long time. Yu Yu still wasn't willing to give up. I'm not younger than you. I'm at least a little older. You're Lin Yan's disciple, so you should call me Madam instead. Myra was completely stunned. Madam? Master, you didn't even spare a little girl? What kind of person are you? Lin Yan immediately flicked Yu Yu on the forehead. What nonsense are you saying? You're ruining my reputation. Yu Yu pouted. I waited for you for over 2,000 years, and now you're pretending not to know me. You're such a heartless man. Yunlang couldn't take it anymore. Why is this beggar still putting on this ridiculous act? Why isn't the Supreme Elder saying anything? He stepped forward again. Supreme Elder, this shameless beggar even manipulated a little girl. He's nothing but a despicable scoundrel. Please expel him from King's One sect immediately. He's a stain on our sect's reputation. Meanwhile, Taekang's face had turned pale. How is this possible? How did that girl get out? Didn't our ancestors eliminate her long ago? A flashback from 2,000 years ago appeared. Countless cultivators were kneeling before Yu. Lady Yu is unmatched. No one in the entire cultivation world is stronger than her. Yu smiled proudly. I only used a tiny bit of my charm technique, and every one of them forgot their own names. They're far weaker than I expected. Even the Supreme Master Taekang had bowed before her, calling her invincible. Taekang thought nervously. How did she escape? I knew she had been imprisoned somewhere and shouldn't have been able to get out. If everyone learns what I did back then, my reputation as the Supreme Elder will be completely destroyed. Yunlang called out, Supreme Elder, where are you going? We haven't punished this beggar yet. Taekang ignored him. Just let me leave. Inside, he was panicking. Please let me go. If I stay any longer, I'm finished. Yu suddenly smiled and walked toward him. Little Taekang, you're here too? The moment Taekang saw her approaching, he nearly collapsed from fear. Yu tilted her head. If I'm not mistaken, you're little Taekang, aren't you? Everyone was shocked. Little Taekang. Taekang's mind went blank. She recognized me. Even after 2,000 years, she still remembers me. What am I supposed to do now? Trying to escape, he said. You've mistaken me for someone else. Yu turned toward Myra. His name is Taekang, right? Myra nodded. Yes, he's our Supreme Elder. Yu smiled confidently. I knew it. How could I possibly forget him? My nose never forgets someone's scent. She looked at Taekang with a grin. Little Taekang, you've done well. You've become the Supreme Elder, after all these years. I still remember when I ruled this place. You were just an outer disciple, and everyone bullied you. I felt sorry for you, so I saved you and taught those bullies a lesson. And now that you've become the Supreme Elder, you're pretending not to recognize me? That's just wrong. Myra stared at Taekang in disbelief. Grandpa Taekang, were you really bullied back then? Taekang covered his face. Glory I've built over thousands of years. It's all gone today. The crowd burst into whispers. So that's the Supreme Elder's history? The Mystic Pavilion Master quietly muttered. This is incredible. I need to write all of this down. Taekang sighed inwardly. Coming here today was the biggest mistake of my life. I should have stayed in seclusion. Myra looked at him before turning to Lin Yan. Master, who exactly is this little girl? She couldn't stop wondering. Who is Master? He's treating this little girl so casually, and even the Supreme Elder doesn't dare argue with her. Lin Yan calmly replied. Her name is Yu. She's a very close friend of mine. She just likes teasing people. Yu immediately protested. I don't tease people. I've been locked away for 2,000 years. Can't I at least talk to someone? At that moment, Taekang respectfully asked, Senior Sister Yu, who exactly is this man? He thought to himself. This man imprisoned Senior Sister Yu for over 2,000 years. Just who could he possibly be? And why did he come to Qingyuan sect? Yu smiled. Little Taekang, you still haven't recognized him. Taekang shook his head. No, I have no idea who he is. Yu laughed. Of course you don't. Back then, you were only an outer disciple. People of your status never got to meet the truly important figures. Fine, I'll tell everyone who he really is. Just as she was about to reveal Lin Yan's identity, he silently signaled her to stop. Yu immediately understood that he wanted to keep it a secret, so she changed her words and smiled. He's no one special. He's my husband. Everyone froze in complete shock. Yu continued complaining. He's such a cruel husband. He locked me away and completely forgot about me. I waited so long that I almost turned into stone. She then turned to Myra and warned, Let me tell you something. Lin Yan is a very cruel man. You should stay away from him. Lin Yan sighed. Are you done talking nonsense? You're making me feel like locking you up again. Honestly, you were much quieter back there. Yu ignored him and looked at Taekang. Little Taekang, why are you just standing there? Your senior sister is here. Go prepare something delicious for me to eat. Taekang immediately replied, Please follow me. Meanwhile, Yunlang was burning with anger. That beggar not only won over Saintess Myra, but he even managed to charm one of the sect's most powerful seniors. Just who is this guy? No matter what happens, I won't let him get away with this. Yunlang began spreading rumors throughout the entire sect. He told everyone that the beggar was a shameless scoundrel who had manipulated the Saintess. He even claimed that Lin Yan used Myra every single night, causing strange noises to come from her room. The disciples became furious. The Saintess is our goddess. Whoever dares disrespect her deserves to die. Yunlang smirked to himself. I've already fooled nearly 100 Mathone. Those 100 people will spread the rumor even further. Soon the entire Qingyuan sect will stand against Lin Yan. Since he stole my spotlight, I'll make sure the whole sect throws him out. The scene then shifted to another hall. a disciple rushed inside and shouted, "Young master, something terrible has happened." The young man calmly replied, "How many times have I told you? Stay calm. A cultivator of our generation should always remain composed. That's the only way we can continue improving." The narrator then explained that this young man was Liang Fengfei, the son of the master of Yuan Spirit Peak. The disciple hurriedly explained, "Young master, this is about the saintess. People are saying that an arrogant beggar has appeared in the sect. Somehow he has complete control over the saintess and even forced her to become his personal maid. She does everything he tells her to do. People are even saying that strange noises come from her room every night." The moment Liang Fengfei heard this, his expression turned ice cold. "What did you just say?" The disciple quickly replied, "I'm telling the truth, young master. Everyone in the sect is talking about it." Liang Fengfei's killing intent exploded. "How dare a filthy beggar force our saintess to serve him? I won't let him get away with this. Prepare my sword immediately. I'm going to meet this beggar myself." The scene shifted once again. Lin Yan, Yu Yu, Myra, and the others were peacefully having dinner together. Yu Yu happily smiled. "The food is delicious. I finally feel satisfied." Lin Jia asked, "Big brother beggar, aren't you going to eat?" Lian shook his head. "I'm not hungry." Seeing Lin Ji sitting beside Lin Yan made Yu Yu jealous. She immediately picked Lin Ji up and took her seat. "The seat beside Lin Yan belongs only to me." Then she looked at Lin Yan with puppy eyes. "Feed me." Lin Yan stared at her speechlessly. "You've been eating non-stop for the last 2 hours, and now you want me to feed you? Not happening." Without warning, Yu Yu grabbed Lin Yan's entire hand and bit down on it. Lin Yan immediately pulled his hand back. "What are you doing? Can't you eat like a normal person?" Yu Yu smiled mischievously. "I can eat anything that belongs to you." Tai Kang watched everything in silence. Senior sister was right. There really is some special relationship between them. Otherwise, she'd never behave like this. A short while later, Liang Fengfei arrived. The first thing he saw was Myra standing behind Lin Yan and gently massaging his shoulders. His face twisted with rage. How dare he make the saintess do a servant's work? Without another word, Liang Fengfei unleashed a powerful sword strike. Yu Yu glanced outside. "Looks like someone's here looking for a fight." Lin Yan calmly picked up a chicken drumstick and casually tossed it toward the attack. The drumstick instantly shattered Liang Fengfei's sword energy before flying past him, destroying several large trees in the distance. Liang Fengfei froze in shock. Was that some kind of hidden weapon? He shouted furiously, "Coward! Get out here! Hiding inside and attacking people with hidden weapons! Saintess, don't worry. I'll kill this man and set you free." Yu Yu immediately complained, "Lin Yan, why did you throw away my chicken? I wasn't finished eating it yet. Now you owe me another one." Just then, Liang Fengfei stepped forward. "Saintess, I'm here to rescue you." Myra frowned. "Liang Fengfei, what are you doing here?" She turned to Lin Yan. "Master, he's the son of the Peak Master of Yuan Spirit Peak. He must have misunderstood something. Please don't attack him. Just let him leave." Lin Yan nodded. "Fine, I don't mind." Liang Fengfei looked at Myra seriously. "Myra, don't worry anymore. I don't care who this man is or what he's threatened you with. As long as I'm here, no one can force you to do anything." Myra shook her head. "You've misunderstood. No one is forcing me." Liang Fengfei refused to believe her. "If that's true, then why are you serving him?" Myra answered calmly. "I chose to do this of my own free will. And besides, my master isn't a bad person." Liang Fengfei clenched his fists. "You're lying. I know the man inside is nothing but a despicable scoundrel. He forced you into doing all of this." He pointed toward the room and shouted, "Come out, coward. You only dare bully Myra because she's kind. If you're a real man, then come out and face me." Myra's expression instantly turned ice cold. "Liang Fengfei, watch your words. If you insult my master one more time, I'll kill you." "He phoned to challenge my master. You'll have to defeat me first." Liang Fengfei stared at her in disbelief. "Myra, what are you doing?" Without another word, Myra attacked. She intentionally missed her first strike and said coldly, "I missed that attack on purpose, but if you call me Myra one more time, the next strike won't miss." Liang Fengfei couldn't believe what had just happened. "You attacked me because of him?" Inside, he thought, "No matter what, I have to defeat this man. He must be hiding some secret that made Myra so loyal to him. If I can discover that secret, then Myra will become just as devoted to me." He drew his weapon. "It's been 3 years since we last fought. Let's see how much stronger you've become." Myra nodded. "So you really won't give up? Fine, then let's fight." The two of them charged toward each other and exchanged blows. Myra effortlessly neutralized Liang Fengfei's attack before launching a counterattack of her own. The sword slash completely sliced through the massive tree behind Liang Fengfei, demonstrating just how terrifying her strength had become. Myra coldly said, "You won't be leaving here alive." As soon as she finished speaking, she unleashed a relentless barrage of attacks. Under Myra's assault, Liang Fengfei was quickly overwhelmed and left badly injured. He stared at her in disbelief. "So, you've really mastered the 10-spirit technique. No wonder you've become this powerful. In the last 8 years, you've grown so much that no one in the sect can match you anymore." Myra looked at him coldly. "I'll say this one last time. How dare you call me Myra? Liang Fengfei immediately lowered his head. My apologies. From now on, I'll address you as Saintess, Myra replied. Good, now leave. As Liang Fengfei retreated, he thought, how did she become this strong? Could it be that the beggar is the one who made her this powerful? If that's true, then he has to die. With that thought, he suddenly rushed forward again. Instead of attacking Myra, he dodged past her and charged straight toward Lin Yan. Myra shouted, Master, watch out! At that moment, Lin Yan was still casually chatting with everyone, completely unfazed. While charging, Liang Fengfei thought, besides Myra, there are other girls around him too. This bastard is a complete scoundrel. He deserves to die. His attack sliced the dining table clean in half. Seeing all the food ruined, Myra nearly cried. The food, it's all ruined. I was hungry too. Lin Yan calmly looked at his wine and smiled. Fortunately, I was quick enough to save my wine. Meanwhile, Yu grabbed Liang Fengfei's weapon with her bare hand. How dare you ruin my meal? With a squeeze, she effortlessly shattered the weapon into pieces. I wasn't even full yet. Liang Fengfei stared at the broken sword in complete shock. How is this possible? That was my strongest weapon. It's a 4th grade profound weapon. How could it break so easily? Yu glared at him. I don't care what grade your weapon was. You little brat, how dare you ruin my food? Feeling Yu's overwhelming aura, Liang Fengfei couldn't believe what he was sensing. What kind of power is this? Yu walked toward him with a large rock in her hands. This rock is too weak. It broke so easily. Fine, I'll just smash this one over your head instead. Liang Fengfei immediately panicked. Please don't hit me, I'll die. Just then, Tai Kang hurried over. Senior sister, please calm down. I'll have another table and a fresh meal prepared immediately. Then he turned toward Liang Fengfei. And what exactly are you doing here? Can't you see I have important guests? Liang Fengfei froze. Supreme Elder? Without another word, Tai Kang kicked him straight out of the courtyard. Get out! You've embarrassed me enough already. Yu crossed her arms. Clean everything up properly. I'm still hungry. Myra lowered her head apologetically. Master, I'm sorry. I disturbed your meal. Lin Yan casually waved his hand. It's fine. Instead, focus on your training. If that attack had landed today, you would have died. With your current strength, you won't survive in the outside world. Myra replied respectfully. I understand, Master. Tai Kang silently observed everything. Who exactly is this man? Liang Fengfei launched a surprise attack, and even senior sister Yu couldn't save the table. Yet this young man remained calm the entire time, as if he had already predicted everything. Both Myra and senior sister Yu respect him immensely. Just who is he, and why did he come to Qingyuan sect? Tai Kang then looked at Myra. Myra, when did you master the 10-spirit technique? Your skills have improved dramatically. Myra respectfully answered. Supreme Elder, it's all thanks to my master's guidance. Tai Kang looked stunned. What? Are you serious? He stared at Lin Yan. You're saying he taught you. He's just a young man. How could he possibly help you master the 10-spirit technique? Lin Yan calmly answered. Yes, I taught her. Tai Kang narrowed his eyes. I see. Then tell me, young man, where did you learn the supreme technique of Qingyuan sect? Before Lin Yan could answer, Yu spoke first. I taught him. Do you have a problem with that? You're calling a mere 6th grade cultivation technique your sect's supreme art? That's ridiculous. If my own martial arts weren't far superior, I would have taught Lin Yan those instead. Tai Kang forced an awkward smile. Senior sister, that's one of our greatest techniques. Please don't belittle it like that. Yu laughed. It looks like little Tai Kang has really grown up. He doesn't even listen to his senior sister anymore. If you think you've become so powerful, then fight me. You'll quickly learn who the stronger one is. Tai Kang immediately waved his hands. Senior sister, please don't joke around. Whatever you want to do is fine. Who am I to question you? Soon, a brand new table full of food was brought in. Yu's eyes lit up. My food is here. Tai Kang asked curiously, Senior sister, haven't you eaten in a long time? Yu replied while stuffing food into her mouth. I was practically starving to death. Tai Kang was stunned. Starving to death? Was she telling the truth? Earlier she also claimed that her husband imprisoned her and that she had been missing for over 2,000 years. Could this man really have locked her away all that time? The strangest part is that even after everything, she still likes him so much. But this young man doesn't even have a cultivation base. How could someone without cultivation survive for over 2,000 years? He also looks incredibly young. To maintain such youthful appearance, he'd have to be at least in the god realm. And if he were truly that powerful, why would he come to a declining sect like Qingyuan sect instead of founding his own sect in Kaizhou City? Tai Kang then looked at Lin Yan. Young man, you still haven't told me your name. Inside, he thought, if he's really some famous master, I'll recognize him as soon as I hear his name. But if he gives me a fake name, then he must have come here with another motive. Lin Zhi suddenly spoke up. Now that I think about it, I don't even know Big Brother Beggar's name. Myra nodded. You're right. I don't know Master's name either. Yu secretly asked Lin Yan through telepathy. Should I change the subject? Lin Yan shook his head. There's no need. Then he calmly answered. My surname is Lin, and my given name is Yan. Tai Kang's eyes widened. Lin? Yan? Is your name really Lin Yan? You should know that the founder of Qingyun sect was also named Lin Yan. is this just an unbelievable coincidence, or did you deliberately choose that name? After showing a little bit of strength, are you trying to convince us that you're actually our ancestor, the founder of Qingyuan sect? Hearing that, Yu couldn't hold back her laughter anymore. Lin Yan sighed. Be quiet. Let me concentrate. Yu laughed even harder. I was trained as a devil sect disciple to never laugh, but how can anyone not laugh at something this funny? Inside, she thought, the founder himself is sitting right here, yet his own descendants think he's an imposter. That's honestly hilarious. Lin Yan lightly knocked her on the head. Stop laughing. Taikang looked at Yu in confusion. Senior sister, why are you laughing? Are you trying to tell us that he really is our ancestor, Lin Yan? Still laughing, Yu replied. I just can't help it. Taikang turned back to Lin Yan. Explain yourself. Is there some special meaning behind your name? Lin Yan shrugged. I've had this name since the day I was born. You're the first person who's ever asked me what it means. Taikang frowned. So you're claiming to be our ancestor, Lin Yan? Lin Yan calmly answered. You can believe whatever you want. I have no intention of explaining myself. Taikang's expression darkened. Answer me. Qingyuan sect has existed for over 3,000 years. I admit our sect has declined significantly over time, but you're the first person who's ever dared mock our founder like this. Yu slammed her hand on the table. Little Taikang, sit down and speak respectfully. The man sitting in front of you is no ordinary person. Taikang immediately apologized. Senior sister, forgive me, but he's using the name of our sect's founder. Yu glared at him. Sit down and behave yourself. I don't care how important this matter is. My husband is far more important than all of that. She turned toward Lin Yan with a smile. Isn't that right, husband? Lin Yan waved his hand. Stay away from me and focus on your food. Taikang nodded. Senior sister, only because you asked, I'll let this man go, but from now on, he is forbidden from calling himself Lin Yan. That name belongs to our founding ancestor. Lin Yan thought to himself, I'm glad to know that even after 2,000 years, the disciples of my sect still respect me this much. Taikang then took out an old portrait. You can't possibly claim to be our founding ancestor. He wasn't an ordinary man. He was an incredibly powerful cultivator, whom even the heavens feared. This is the portrait of our ancestor. Once you see it, the truth will be obvious. Every supreme elder receives this portrait every 100 years after taking office, so they can continue honoring our founder. Our ancestor, Lin Yan, was a heavenly master. No one could ever imitate him. Lin Yan couldn't help smiling. So according to them, I'm still alive, and they've even been worshipping me all this time. Holding up the portrait, Taikang proudly said, Take a good look. This is our great ancestor, Lin Yan. Just look at how majestic and handsome he was. How dare you claim to be him? You're not even worthy of being compared to him. The moment Yu looked at both the portrait and Lin Yan standing beside it, she burst into laughter. I can't believe that's supposed to be you. Were you really that handsome back then? Your reincarnation definitely didn't do you any favors. Annoyed, Lin Yan asked, Who painted this portrait? Then he flicked Yu on the forehead. And you, stop laughing. Still giggling, Yu replied, I know exactly what you used to look like. Seeing that portrait is just too funny. But seriously, Lin Yan, were you really that handsome? Lin Yan repeated, Tell me, who painted it? Taikang frowned. Now you're questioning who painted it. Are you doubting its authenticity? Let me make one thing clear. The artist was none other than Yi King, our ancestor's greatest disciple. This portrait has been passed down from generation to generation ever since. There's no way it's fake. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Yi King painted it. Yu laughed. Back then, he was just a little kid. A flashback appeared. Little Yi King excitedly shouted, Master, Aunt, stay right there. I'm drawing your portrait. A moment later, he proudly held up the finished drawing. Master, Aunt, I'm a genius, aren't I? I drew you perfectly. Lin Yan looked at the picture and, You really are talented, but please don't draw people ever again. Someone might actually lose their mind after seeing this. Returning to the present, Lin Yan muttered, So it really was Yi King's painting. At least his artistic skills improved later. Yu nodded with a smile. Yeah, because that drawing looked absolutely nothing like reality. Taikang looked confused. Senior sister, why would I lie to you? This portrait has always represented our ancestor, and that young man certainly isn't the person in this painting. Then he looked at Lin Yan seriously. Now tell me, why have you come here? What are your true intentions? Lin Yan shrugged. My intentions? I simply told you my name. Everything else was your own assumption. What makes you think you're qualified to forbid me from using my own name? Ignoring Taikang, Lin Yan grabbed Yu by the arm. You've eaten enough today. If you keep stuffing yourself like this, you'll eat the entire sect. He looked up at the night sky. Tonight is a full moon. It's the perfect time for Linji to build her foundation. Linji looked up curiously. Big brother beggar, what does foundation building mean? You'll understand when the time comes. Yu reluctantly sighed. Fine, then I'll eat again tomorrow. Taikang frowned. Building a foundation under the full moon. Could he be referring to the moon cauldron? But that's impossible. The moon cauldron is an ancient secret. How could an ordinary person know about it? The scene shifted to Yuan Peak. Liang Feng knelt before his father. Father, I was beaten. You have to avenge me. His father Liang Zhao, the master of Yuan Peak, stared at him coldly. You rushed in without investigating the situation and ended up provoking someone protected by the Supreme Elder. He closed the door behind them. Every day you cause trouble, and I usually ignore it, but this time you embarrassed yourself in front of people far more important than you. I'm warning you, you're finished. He suddenly grabbed Liang Fengfei by the throat. Don't think I won't kill you just because you're my son. Liang Fengfei immediately panicked. Father, I was wrong. I'll listen to everything you say from now on. Please don't kill me. And besides, I only did what you always taught me to do. Liang Zhao's expression darkened. I taught you to do that? He threw Liang Fengfei across the room. Father, what did I do wrong? Liang Zhao sighed. The mistake isn't yours, it's mine. I spent years feeding this pig until it grew fat, but I completely forgot to give it a brain. If you weren't my son, I would have thrown you out of the sect long ago. But remember this, if your stupidity ruins my plans, I won't hesitate to kill you myself. As soon as he finished speaking, he snapped Liang Fengfei's arm. Liang Fengfei screamed in pain. I understand, father. I'll remember your words. Liang Zhao looked at him coldly. Come with me. First, you're going to apologize to the Supreme Elder. And I want to see exactly who this mysterious guest is, the one important enough for Tai Kang to personally intervene. I need to know whether this man will become a problem for me. The scene then shifted to Jinjian Peak, where the group approached the Moon Pavilion. Lin Jia asked excitedly, Big brother, are we almost there? Lin Yan replied, We're almost there. Myra hesitated. Master, are we really going to the Moon Pavilion? Lin Yan glanced at her. So you already know. Given Lin Ji's physique, the Moon Cauldron is the perfect place for her to build her foundation. Myra lowered her head. Master, the Moon Pavilion isn't the way it used to be. Lin Yan frowned. What happened? You'll understand once we get there. When they finally arrived, the entire Moon Pavilion lay in ruins. Lin Yan's expression turned cold. What happened here? Myra began explaining. About 700 years ago, an enormous horde of powerful beasts invaded Kaizhou. At that time, Qingyongwen's sect was one of the strongest sects in the entire region. No other force even dared challenge us. We led the battle against the beasts. The war lasted nearly 3 years. Countless cultivators were severely wounded, and many lost their lives. In the end, humanity emerged victorious. Qingyong sect played the greatest role in securing that victory. But what we didn't know was that the beast invasion had been orchestrated by several human sects. They deliberately manipulated the beasts to weaken us. Those traitors assassinated our sect master. Then the other powerful sects launched a full-scale attack on Qingyuan sect. Fortunately, our ancestor Yi King was powerful enough to defeat all 10 invading sects by himself. However, almost all of our disciples were either killed or left permanently crippled. Meanwhile, the enemy sects suffered very little. During that chaos, they stole the Moon Cauldron from us. We were powerless to stop them. Although ancestor Yi King defeated the leader of the 10 sects, the remaining enemies looted everything we owned. Every treasure in the sect was stolen. The only thing we still possess is the formation on Yuan Peak. Everything else is gone. Even ancestor Yi King was seriously injured during that battle. After recovering, he left the sect to continue healing his wounds, and for the last several hundred years, no one has heard anything about him. Lin Yan clenched his fists. So, this is what happened. Now I finally understand how Qingyuan sect declined so drastically in just a few hundred years. Yu frowned. Who dared injure our little Yi King? Whoever did it is definitely going to die. Lin Yan sighed. It seems everyone has forgotten that Qingyuan sect was once the strongest sect in the world. He turned around and said, You've been eavesdropping long enough. You can come out now. At that moment, Liang Zhao and Liang Fengfei stepped out. Liang Zhao smiled politely. We only just arrived. When we heard you discussing the history of Qingyuan sect, we didn't want to interrupt, so we stayed outside. I hope we haven't offended you. I'm actually here to apologize. He glanced at his son. Fengfei, why are you still standing there? Hurry up and apologize to your senior. Liang Fengfei reluctantly bowed. I'm sorry. Lin Yan looked at Myra. Who is he? My master. This is Liang Zhao, the peak master of Yuan Peak. Liang Fengfei silently gritted his teeth. This bastard is completely ignoring me. Lin Yan nodded. So you're the peak master of Yuan Peak. How long have you held that position? Myra thought for a moment. I'm not completely sure, but I think it's been around 600 years. Lin Yan looked at Liang Zhao. Then you've been peak master for quite a long time. Liang Zhao smiled humbly. I've only held the position because of everyone's support. I'm not particularly talented. Lin Yan calmly continued. As far as I remember, becoming the peak master of Yuan Peak requires meeting several conditions. Yuan Peak is built around formations, so every peak master must at least be proficient in formation arts. It's been 600 years. I assume you've mastered the complete grand formation by now. Liang Zhao shook his head. You think too highly of me. My talent is quite average. I've only managed to learn 3 formation techniques. Myra looked confused. Master, do you know him? Lin Yan smiled faintly. How could I? This is the first time we've met. Liang Zhao also nodded. The same goes for me. We've never met before. As he prepared to leave, Liang Zhao said, I won't disturb you any longer. If you ever have time, please visit Yuan Peak. I'll treat you to some excellent wine. After they left, Yu frowned. There's definitely something suspicious about that man. Lin Yan nodded. I feel the same. I'll visit Yuan Peak myself in a few days. But for now, let's focus on Lin Jia's foundation. I want to see whether my theory works. If it succeeds, her foundation won't be inferior to the Moon Cauldron. It might even surpass it. Meanwhile, Liang Jiao walked away, deep in thought. The moment this man arrived, the Supreme Elder personally treated him as an honored guest. Now he's gone to the Moon Pavilion because he wanted to use the Moon Cauldron. He knows a great deal about Qingyuan sect's ancient history, yet he knows almost nothing about what happened during the last 1,000 years. That means he hasn't been here for very long. Everything about him is strange. I'm beginning to suspect he might actually be a descendant of the sect's founder. The biggest problem is that he's already suspicious of me. If he hadn't shown up, I would have broken the seal within a year, but now he's here before I can finish. The scene shifted again. Lin Yan stopped walking. We're here. Myra looked around. Master, why did we come to the Beast Hall? Are you planning to use beast blood to build Lin Ji's foundation? That's right. Myra hesitated. But Master, Lin Ji possesses the Twin Tower body. It's an exceptional physique for inner cultivation. Why are we choosing body cultivation instead? Using beast blood could be extremely dangerous. Her body is still so small, she might not be able to withstand it. Lin Yan smiled. Don't worry, just trust me. Using beast blood is an incredible technique. If you understand it, it's completely safe. If you don't, it's extremely dangerous. The moment they entered the beast hall, countless demonic beasts surrounded them. Yu looked around. These demonic beasts remind me of how I used to look. They're furious and starving. Lin Yan turned toward Myra. Don't you feed them properly? Judging by their condition, they're all starving. Myra explained. They're fed once every 3 days. If we let them eat until they're full, they become difficult to control. So we deliberately keep them hungry. That way, they won't become powerful enough to damage the sect's formations. Lin Yan shook his head. You're mistaken. Demonic beasts become troublesome after they're well fed because they're naturally stronger. They're wild creatures. That much is normal. But if you consistently feed them well over a long period of time, they'll eventually become loyal companions. They'd even be willing to die for you. Myra warned nervously. Master, please be careful. Every beast here sees us as food. Lin Yan sighed. You've made a huge mistake. You've kept them starving for far too long. If these seals ever break, the first people they'll kill will be all of you. In their eyes, you're nothing more than cruel jailers who never feed them. They're attacking me right now. If an ordinary disciple stood where I am, they'd be dead in an instant. But they can't kill me. I'm no ordinary cultivator. With a single palm strike, Lin Yan unleashed a powerful shockwave that instantly defeated every beast in the hall. Walking forward, he examined them one by one. The tiger's blood isn't suitable. The snake possesses yin attributes, and its blood is extremely cold. It would be much more useful for crafting materials. Yu suddenly pointed toward a massive white bear. A white bear. If you roast one properly, it's absolutely delicious. She casually stopped the bear's attack with one hand. Looking at it with sparkling eyes, she smiled. You look really tasty. I'm going to eat you. Mira stood there in complete disbelief. How are they this powerful? They defeated thousands of demonic beasts with just one hand, and instead of being afraid, they're discussing which ones taste the best. Their strength is unbelievable. Just then, Myra, Master, watch out! Something's attacking from behind. Yu grinned. A purple lightning eel. She casually intercepted its sneak attack. These are delicious too. If I had to rank them, they'd definitely be in my top 3 favorite foods. I never imagined I'd find such amazing ingredients here. She slammed the eel into the ground, extracted all of its demonic energy, and instantly shrank it to a much smaller size. I wasn't even trying to catch you, but you attacked me first. You thought I was your prey? Now you're the one becoming our dinner. Tonight, we're having grilled eel. A little while later, every demonic beast in the hall had been defeated. Yu proudly declared, we beat every single one of them. Lin Yan wiped the sweat from his forehead. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. I've had to suppress my strength the entire time. If I had fought seriously, every beast here would have died. Back when I was in the God Realm, I never had to hold back during battles. But fighting these weaker beasts while controlling my power so precisely is making my hands hurt. He called Myra over. Come here, collect blood from these beasts. Also gather some of their claws, grind everything into powder, and before you leave, tell someone to bring food for all these beasts. If we don't feed them properly, they'll never recover, and they won't be of any use to us in the future. Myra nodded respectfully. Understood, Master. Lin Yan then forced a single drop of blood out of his own body. Yu looked surprised. Husband, you're using your own blood? Don't tell me you're planning to open the seal and collect the blood of the 4 divine beasts you imprisoned 2,000 years ago. Lin Yan nodded. If we're going to use beast blood, why settle for anything less than the best? Yu frowned. We're talking about divine beast blood. Lin Ji is still just a child. Can her body really handle it? Using divine beast blood could strengthen her physique far beyond ordinary limits. Lin Yan smiled. You're smarter than I expected. His drop of blood floated through the air before landing on a specific spot. We found it. With one strike, he shattered the ground. A hidden formation immediately emerged. Awaken. 4 ancient boxes slowly rose from beneath the earth. Inside the green box rested the blood of a dragon spirit. After examining it, Lin Yan nodded. This amount is enough. Yu Yu stared at the containers in shock. Husband, did you kill all 4 divine beasts? These cauldrons contain an enormous amount of blood. The only way to collect this much would be to kill all of them. Lin Yan shook his head. Why would I kill them? I made a deal with all 4 divine beasts. I promised not to disturb them for 1,000 years. In return, they willingly gave me their blood. Yu Yu finally understood. So that's why, even though they were seriously injured, they still gave you so much blood, because you threatened them. Lin Yan shook his head. I never threatened them. I simply gave them 2 choices. Either give me some of their blood, or fight me. As the 4 divine beasts of Kaizo, they were actually quite weak. I wanted to fight them so I could help them grow stronger. I had no intention of killing them. But for some reason, they got scared and willingly gave me an enormous amount of blood. I didn't even ask for that much. Was what I did really that unreasonable? Yu Yu laughed. You were perfectly reasonable. It's just that everyone else always misunderstands you. Just then, Myra stepped forward. Master, I've collected everything you asked for. I've separated all the claws and horns as well. Lin Yan nodded in satisfaction. Well done. Now it's time to build Linji's foundation. Myra, watch everything I'm about to do carefully. When building someone's foundation, you need materials that can support the process. Using these ingredients, I'll reduce the pressure on Linji's body so she can endure it. Myra bowed respectfully. Thank you for your guidance, Master. Lin Yan looked at the prepared materials. It's time to mix everything together, he explained. When mixing demonic beast blood, you should never use pills. The blood naturally fuses on its own. Demonic blood is already an incredibly powerful catalyst. Anyone who cultivates within it can make astonishing progress. And the blood we're using comes from extremely powerful beasts. If you want to increase the quality of beast blood, simply mix the blood of a higher-ranked beast into that of a lower-ranked one. The overall quality will increase dramatically. Since Linji has never cultivated before, lower-grade beast blood is the safest choice for building her foundation. He then called out, Linji, come here. After she walked over, Lin Yan spoke gently. At first it's going to hurt, but you must endure the pain. If you can withstand it, you'll become incredibly powerful. Do you remember the meditation technique I taught you? Linji nodded obediently. Yes, big brother beggar, I'll do exactly as you taught me. The moment she stepped into the blood pool, she frowned. Ugh, it's so hot. Lin Yan calmly replied. Don't get up. Try to meditate. Okay, big brother. Suddenly Lin Yan looked toward the darkness. You've been watching long enough. It's time to come out. Are you coming out on your own, or should I drag you out myself? Myra was startled. Someone's watching us. A moment later, Taikang stepped out from the shadows. Tell me, who exactly are you? Myra was surprised. Supreme Elder. Taikang stared directly at Lin Yan. Who are you? You know far too much about Qingyuan sect. You knew about the Beast Hall's formation. You even knew we possess the blood of the 4 divine beasts. Those are the sect's greatest secrets. How did you learn all of that? Lin Yan smiled calmly. You just called them secrets. So why would I tell you how I know? Instead, he asked his own question. As the Supreme Elder, you should know which 11 sects possess the ancient treasures. Taikang frowned. What exactly are you planning to do? Nothing complicated. I'm going to hold a grand conference. Taikang was stunned. A grand conference? The narrator explained. The grand conference was originally established by Lin Yan himself. It was held once every 100 years. During the first round, the younger disciples fought each other to determine their rankings. During the second round, 500 cultivators above the profound realm were sent to battle powerful beasts. However, after Lin Yan disappeared, Qingyuan sect gradually declined. Without anyone capable of protecting it, the sect became weaker with every passing century. Eventually, it became so weak that the Grand Conference was discontinued altogether. Taikang sighed. Even if we hold the conference again, what difference will it make? No one would bother accepting an invitation from Qingyuan sect anymore. Lin Yan replied confidently. It doesn't matter whether they want to come or not. If I invite them, they'll come. And if they still refuse, then offer a reward so valuable they can't resist. Taikang smiled bitterly. Our sect is nearly bankrupt. What reward could we possibly offer? Lin Yan answered calmly. The weapon of ancestor Lin Yan, the Heaven Execution Sword. Taikang's eyes widened. The Heaven Execution Sword, you know where it is? Lin Yan nodded. Yes, I know exactly where it is. Taikang took a deep breath. If you know the Heaven Execution Sword's location, then there's only one explanation. You're a descendant of ancestor Lin Yan. Now I understand why your name is Lin Yan. Your parents must have named you after our great ancestor, hoping you'd become someone extraordinary. Hearing that, Yu Yu burst into laughter again. My dear husband, just admit you're Lin Yan's descendant already. Lin Yan immediately flicked her forehead. Ouch. If you keep hitting my head, I'll never grow taller. Lin Yan sighed. Can you stop joking during serious discussions? He turned back to Taikang. Announce that the Heaven Execution Sword will appear. Taikang looked worried. But that sword belongs to our founding ancestor. It's an emperor-grade weapon. There isn't another weapon like it anywhere in the Nine Lands. What if people try to steal it? Lin Yan smiled confidently. Don't worry, I have my own methods. That's why I'm certain nothing will go wrong. Invite every sect. The narrator continued. The Heaven Execution Sword was the very first heavenly weapon Lin Yan ever wielded. It was originally forged from azure metal and was nothing more than an ordinary sword. During Lin Yan's battle against the Demon King, the sword shattered, and Lin Yan himself suffered severe injuries. Even so, he used the broken blade to kill the Demon King. Afterward, Lin Yan reforged the sword with countless rare materials. After 50 days of non-stop forging, the Heaven Execution Sword was finally reborn. It became so powerful that it resembled the weapon of a god. Because it had slain the Demon King, it carried an overwhelming killing intent that even the heavens feared. That was why Lin Yan named it the Heaven Execution Sword. He believed that with this sword, he would one day conquer the heavens themselves. From then on, Lin Yan continued fighting across the world. He slew countless gods, monarchs, and demon kings. With every powerful enemy it killed, the Heaven Execution Sword grew even stronger. However, it had remained sealed for the last 500 years. Now, everyone believed that whoever obtained the Heaven Execution Sword would become the strongest cultivator alive. Its power was beyond imagination. Lin Yan continued, spread the news about the Heaven Execution Sword. Spread as many rumors as you can. Make sure everyone hears about it. I promise you, no one will be able to take our sword away. Our sect's treasures have been stolen for over 1,000 years. It's finally time to make every one of those sects pay. Tai Kang hesitated. Are you absolutely certain nothing will go wrong? Lin Yan nodded. I'm certain. None of those sects can even lay a finger on Qingyuan sect. The scene then shifted to Liang Zhao. Using a mysterious mirror, he had been watching everything unfold. He muttered to himself, the Heaven Execution Sword. Who exactly is this man? Ever since he arrived, he went straight to the Demon Hall. Then he visited the Beast Hall. He knew about the 4 divine beasts. He even used their blood. And now he's talking about the Heaven Execution Sword. Just as I suspected, he must be a descendant of Lin Yan. But I don't care who you are. No one is going to interfere with my plans. Anyone who stands in my way, I'll destroy them. I've spent nearly 1,000 years inside Qingyuan sect, carefully planning everything just to obtain the Heaven Execution Sword. Now a so-called descendant of Lin Yan has appeared, someone who knows all of the sword's secrets, but I still won't let him have it. That weapon, feared even by the heavens, belongs to me alone. I've sacrificed countless lives just to obtain it. The scene shifted once more to Liang Fengfei's room. Liang Fengfei grumbled to himself, Father forbade me from leaving for the next 10 years. If I spend all that time doing nothing but cultivation, I'm going to die of boredom. Just then, the door slowly opened. Feng Fei immediately stood up. Father, you're here. He hurried over excitedly. I knew you'd eventually let me out. Liang Zhao nodded. I didn't come here just to release you. Have you finally realized what mistakes you made? Feng Fei lowered his head. Yes, father. I won't make those mistakes again. Liang Zhao smiled faintly. That's good, but things have changed now. At this point, it doesn't matter how you behave anymore. Feng Fei's face lit up. I knew you still cared about me, father. So, can I go see the Saintess now? Liang Zhao shook his head. There's no need to rush. I have a very important task, and you're the only one who can do it. He looked directly at Feng Fei. Do you know why you exist? Feng Fei answered without hesitation. Isn't it obvious? Because I'm your son, and mother's son. Liang Zhao smiled coldly. Wrong. You were nothing more than my backup plan. I needed someone who shared my bloodline to perform the blood replacement technique. Qingyuan sect possesses a secret technique that allows someone to return to their original form. If I hadn't mastered the blood replacement technique, my fake death would have been exposed long ago. Feng Fei stared at him in confusion. Father, what are you talking about? And what exactly is this blood replacement technique? Liang Zhao calmly replied, Don't worry about it. You don't need to know. The next second, Liang Zhao reached into Feng Fei's chest and ripped out his heart. Feng Fei screamed in agony. Father, why? Liang Zhao answered without emotion. You were born for this very day. Your only purpose was to become useful to me. The blood replacement technique and my true identity must remain hidden. As long as they stay secret, I can devote all my attention to breaking the seal. Before Feng Fei died, Liang Zhao revealed one final truth. Before you die, let me tell you something. The one who killed your mother was me. Your mother and I belonged to different races. That's why I could never truly trust her. No matter how much she loved me, she was human, and I belonged to the demon race. Feng Fei's eyes widened in horror. If you're a demon, then what am I? Before he could hear an answer, he collapsed to the ground. Liang Zhao looked down at his body. It's time. He activated a formation beneath Feng Fei and infused it with his own blood. Holding a single drop of blood from his heart, he muttered, This is a drop of my heart blood. It'll take at least 8 years to recover. Moments later, a brand new body appeared beside Feng Fei's corpse. The clone slowly opened its eyes. I finally succeeded. Without hesitation, Liang Zhao immediately attacked the clone he had just created. The scene shifted back to Lin Ji, who was still soaking in the bloodbath. Lin Yan said, It's time for Lin Ji to come out. Myra, bring her some clean water so she can wash herself, and prepare a fresh set of clothes. Make sure they're good quality clothes. The disciples of Qingyuan sect are dressed far too poorly. There's a tailor at the market below the mountain who makes excellent clothes for a very reasonable price. Have him prepare a dress for her. Myra nodded. Understood, master. A short while later she returned. Master, everything is ready. At that moment, the energies of all 4 divine beasts erupted from Linji's body. Myra gasped. She skipped body refinement entirely. She even awakened all 4 profound souls. That's unbelievable. Yu looked equally surprised. So she already reached the profound soul realm? I thought she'd end up like you, Lin Yan, and stay stuck in the body refinement realm, but she awakened 4 profound souls. That means her physique has evolved completely. Lin Yan nodded. She originally possessed the twin star body. Now, she has become the 4-soul saint body. He silently reflected. I became incredibly powerful through body refinement, but even then, I couldn't defeat that god. If I want to climb even higher this time, I'll have to change my cultivation path. A little later, Linjie finished bathing. She looked at herself in the mirror. Is this really me? Myra smiled. Yes, and the best part is that you've already reached the profound soul realm. When a cultivator reaches this realm, both their appearance and physique improve dramatically. Ordinary people possess only 1 soul, but you have 4. That's why you even look slightly older now. Linjie smiled brightly. That's amazing. By the way, where's Big Brother Beggar? Master is waiting outside. Come on, you're incredibly beautiful now. Let's go. Outside, Yu had already dragged a chair over and sat beside Lin Yan. Lin Yan sighed. What are you doing? Yu grinned. You're Linjie, master. Now that she's officially a cultivator, she'll definitely pay her respects to you, and since I'm master's wife, she should greet me too. Just then the door opened. She's coming. As soon as they saw Linjie, both of them froze in surprise. Myra smiled. Linjie, go ahead. Just as I taught you, pay your respects to your master. Lin Yan asked. Linjie, do you know how to honor your master? Linjie immediately bowed. Master, please accept me as your disciple. She then presented him with a cup of tea. Please accept this tea. If you do, I'll know you've truly accepted me. Lin Yan accepted the tea. Yu watched excitedly. Now she's definitely going to do the same for me. After a few moments, Lin Yan nodded. You may stand. Linjie smiled happily. Thank you, master. Meanwhile, Yu kept coughing awkwardly. Why isn't she greeting me? Myra looked at her with concern. Little miss, are you feeling all right? You've been coughing non-stop. Myra secretly bit her lip to stop herself from laughing. I'm trying so hard not to laugh. The Supreme Elder warned me that this lady is incredibly powerful. I can't afford to offend her. Yu pouted. Who are you calling little miss? I'm your master's wife. You should be paying your respects to me too. Linjie looked at Lin Yan. Master, should I greet her as well? Lin Yan nodded helplessly. Technically, she's right. You should greet her too. Yu blinked. What do you mean by technically? Lin Yan shrugged. She's greeting you, isn't she? So what's the problem? Linjie immediately served Yu a cup of tea. Master's wife, please accept this tea. As she accepted it, Yu happily thought. Finally, Lin Yan admitted that I'm his wife. It only took him over 2,000 years. After taking a sip of tea, Yu smiled. You may stand now. From today onward, you're my husband's disciple, which means you're my disciple too. Yu then excitedly said, since everything's finished, we should go worship heaven and earth. Lin Yan frowned. What nonsense are you talking about? Linjie looked confused. Worship heaven and earth. What's that? Myra quickly interrupted. You don't have to worry about that, Linjie. That's something only a master and his wife do. She quietly explained the tradition to her. Linjie's eyes sparkled. So that means, I'm really going to have a little sister now. Lin Yan frowned. What exactly did Myra tell her? Yu grabbed Lin Yan's sleeve. Why aren't you coming with me? Lin Yan warned. If you keep talking nonsense, I'm going to hit you again. Just then, a female disciple rushed inside. Saintess, terrible news. Yu sighed in disappointment. I finally had a perfect opportunity, and this girl just had to show up. Myra raised her hand. Calm down. Tell us exactly what happened. The disciple took a deep breath. Peak Master Liang Zhao and his son have both been murdered. Myra was stunned. What? Both the Yuan Peak Master and his son are dead? Lin Yan narrowed his eyes. They were murdered? Huh, now that's interesting. Even Yu looked surprised. That man died? I can hardly believe it. Lin Yan said calmly. We'll know whether it's true or not once we get there. The scene shifted to Yuan Peak. Lin Yan pushed open the gate and walked inside. The Supreme Elder greeted him. You finally arrived. Lin Yan walked over to Liang Zhao's body and examined it carefully. Written on the wall in blood were the words, hand over the heaven execution sword, or everyone in your sect will die. Myra looked around the crime scene. Not only were they murdered, the killer even left a message. She then covered Linjie's eyes. Linjie, you shouldn't have to see something like this. Lin Yan stopped her. Let her look. She's a cultivator now. One day, she'll have to face scenes like this herself. There's no point in shielding her forever. Lin Yan looked at the blood pooled on the ground and said, let's see whether this man is really dead or not. His remaining memories should appear shortly. Once they do, we'll know exactly what happened here. Inside Liang Zhao's memories, they saw someone enter through the gate. A mysterious man immediately attacked Liang Zhao and killed him. After killing him, the assassin declared, "The heaven execution sword will be mine. There isn't a single person who can take it away from me." The Supreme Elder frowned. Someone entered Qingyun's sect, killed a peak master, and left without anyone noticing? That sounds impossible. The other elders nodded in agreement. You're right. Nothing like this has ever happened before. Lin Yan narrowed his eyes. That memory looked fake. I always believe Liang Zhao is actually dead. Yu nodded. If that's the case, we should examine both the father and son's memories. One of them should lead us to the truth. Lin Yan released his spiritual energy and extracted both of their souls. Looking at them, he said, "One soul is blue, and the other is golden." Yu explained, "That only proves one thing. The two people who died were blood relatives, like a father and his son." Lin Yan nodded. "You're right. Now it's confirmed that the man who died was indeed Liang Zhao." One of the female elders pointed at Lin Yan. "Isn't that the same young man?" Another elder asked. "Who exactly is he?" A heavy-set elder spoke up. "The technique he's using is one of Qingyuan sect's secret arts. We've never taught it to outsiders. How does he know it? Not only that, he executed it perfectly. Even I don't know how to use that technique." Soon, several elders began questioning Lin Yan's identity. One elder asked, "Supreme Elder, who exactly is this young man?" The Supreme Elder sighed. "I don't know his true identity either, but one thing is certain. He's connected to our sect, and I can guarantee that he isn't our enemy. Besides, he's the one who suggested that we hold the conference." The elders were shocked. He suggested holding the conference? They secretly thought, if even the Supreme Elder trusts him, then this young man must be someone extraordinary. But where did he come from? The Supreme Elder continued, "I have my own reasons for trusting him. So this discussion ends here. No one will question him any further." Lin Yan calmly added, "Instead of wasting time talking, you should strengthen the sect's security. That way nothing like this will happen again." And judging from the situation, the news about the conference has already spread. If everything goes according to plan, all 6 major sects will arrive within 3 days. Later, everyone walked into the courtyard. Lin Yan turned toward Myra and Lin Ji. "You two wait here. I'll be back shortly." He then walked to the edge of the mountain. Yu followed him. "Lin Yan, do you really think Liang Zhao is dead?" Lin Yan replied, "It certainly looks that way." Yu frowned. "Looks that way? What exactly do you mean?" Without answering immediately, Lin Yan kicked the ground. A hidden chamber opened, revealing the heaven execution sword. Lin Yan looked at it and said, "It doesn't matter whether he's dead or alive. I only know one thing. He wants my heaven execution sword." He was trying to break the sword's final seal. He even mastered 90% of the sealing formation. If I hadn't returned, he would have broken the seal within a few years. If he was powerful enough to break a seal that I personally created, then there's no way someone could sneak up on him and kill him so easily. That story simply doesn't make sense. Yu nodded. "If he wants the heaven execution sword, then he'll definitely come for it." Lin Yan smiled. "Exactly. I forged this sword with my own hands, and not just anyone can wield it. He may succeed in taking it, but the moment he uses it, he'll unknowingly help me instead." Yu laughed. "Husband, you're really cruel. You'll let him work so hard, thinking his plan has succeeded, when in reality, he'll be working for you the entire time, and in the end, he won't gain anything. That's exactly what I like about you. You've become much kinder over the past 2,000 years. You used to slaughter hundreds of thousands without a second thought." Lin Yan smiled faintly. "It's not that I've become kinder. I've simply become lazier. And why shouldn't I? To me, everyone I'm dealing with now is nothing more than a bunch of ants. If I ever have to fight personally, my opponent should at least be a real god." Outside Qingyuan sect, Liang Zhao had already changed his appearance. He thought to himself, how does that man know the recovery technique? He even knows how to unseal the heaven execution sword. Out of the sect's 12 treasures, 11 have already been stolen. Without those treasures, even if he knows the sealing technique, it won't do him any good. Soon, the heaven execution sword will be mine. To be honest, the Yuan Peak formation is a blessing in itself. I can already use 90% of its power. I can even cast the divine arrow formation. If I sacrifice just a single drop of my blood, it'll be enough to activate the entire formation. I'm finally going to obtain that sword. As he released his spiritual energy, the heaven execution sword began responding to the formation. Liang Zhao grinned. "Before the conference begins, the sword will belong to me. It still carries an overwhelming killing intent. With its power, I'll slaughter everyone." The scene then shifted to another sect. A disciple hurried over to a beautiful female master. "Miss, I have important news." Without looking up, she replied, "Tell me later. I'm composing music right now." The disciple quickly said, "This is urgent. Qingyuan sect is holding a conference." She immediately looked up. "What did you just say?" The disciple smiled to himself. "I knew mentioning Qingyuan sect would get her attention." He continued, "The news spread suddenly. Qingyuan sect has announced that it's hosting another conference, and all the major sects have been invited." She asked, "Who's organizing it?" The disciple answered, "Supreme Elder Tai Kang." She was visibly surprised. Tai Kang actually has the courage to hold a conference? He hasn't held one in over 700 years. If he's finally doing it now, then there's only one possible explanation. Lin Yan has returned. I'll head back immediately. I need to ask Lin Yan where he disappeared to for the past 2,000 years, and why he never came back to see us.